Some have suggested that by raising the issue of Beijing's foreign interference, we are somehow fomenting anti-Asian racism. This is a facile argument. I say that as someone who knows what it's like to be the target of anti-Asian racism. Mr. Speaker, I was born in this country in 1971 with the last name of Chong, to a Chinese immigrant father. This was a time in our country's history when there weren't very many non-whites in this country, and when we had only recently opened up our immigration system to non-whites. Attitudes regarding Canadians of non-white origin were very different than today. So I take exception when the Prime Minister suggests that those asking legitimate questions about Beijing's foreign interference in our democracy are somehow responsible for fomenting anti-Asian racism. Frankly, Mr. Speaker, as the first MP of Chinese descent elected to this House of Commons from the province of Ontario, it is beyond the pale. It is bigots who are responsible for fomenting anti-Asian racism, not those who in good faith are raising real concerns about Beijing's meddling in our democracy. It is bigots who are taking advantage of Beijing's threats to our democracy to foment this anti-Asian racism, just like they did when the global pandemic was underway. We must counter both anti-Asian racism and the very real threats that Beijing is presenting to our cherished democracy. To do one or not the other is either to abandon our fellow Canadians to racism, or it's to ignore the very real threat that Beijing presents to this democracy that we all own.